to throw on 4th and 18. He's given time. He wants Jefferson. Climbs the ladder. Oh, my goodness. Justin Jefferson. The catch of his life.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Hello, everybody. It's your boy, Coach Lee. Happy Monday to you. Hopefully, you had a great weekend. I know your boy did. But, man, we back at it like we're mad at it. We got the crew up in here tonight. Definitely have an exciting show for y'all, as always. We always going to bring that fire. But before we can do that, we got to get the crew up in here. Coming all the way from the Northeast. Look like he ready to take on Jerry Jones himself. My fellow Cowboy brother, Matter what?
Oh, it feels like Monday up in here. Sunny skies. Oh, behave, man. But what's going on, everybody? Playcall sheet is Monday. We are out of the weekend. I'm still in the weekend, but, we're out of the weekend. It is Monday. It's time to get back to work over here. Season 4, episode 2 of the Playcall sheet. Mr. Watt here, coach on the side of me. But I got to have somebody on the other side of me, or maybe up high, not directly up top of me, because I don't like when he's on top of me, man. You guys are pain in the ass, but we got to bring him on tonight because it's around the season where Bill Belichick is a lot of praise, and I call him William Belichick. So let's bring my guy in, my guy Chile Will in the building.
Y'all know what time it is, man.
Shaking and baking.
What's good, fellas? What's good? We here.
How you doing?
I'm loving the season 4 vibes, man. I'm high off the season 4 vibes, man. I see you, Kawan, up in here. I see you, Chris, up in here.
This is a Cali hat, yes. Anaheim Angels. I had one of my pair leaders ask me, "What kind of hat is that?" Like I ain't official. Come on, man. Had to old school it a little bit.
It's either 5950 or Hardwood Classic, man. That's how we move.
New era.
New era.
New era. You know what I'm saying? Took versus Jerry Jones. I mean, me and Jerry don't have beef. And we can talk about that all day, but we can't talk about that on this show. We can have a Jerry versus Tupac beef show. But me and Jerry have no beef. And that's the rumor you're going with, Chris?
Not yet.
And what it is, what it is. Nah, we ain't beefing. We never beef. Me and Jerry never beef.
Although you did pick against Dallas during the bracket fight. You did. One of them rounds you picked against Dallas. Jerry was not heard. I heard through the grapevine. Jerry was not happy about that.
I got a text from him in regards to it. But you know how I ended that conversation? I said, Jerry, you still haven't won me one yet. I said, Jerry, you still haven't won me one yet. So how can I have you in a bracket if you can't win me a Super Bowl?
That man sent you all the swearing emojis he could.
Definitely did, man. But hey, we're on teams. You obviously you're a Patriot fan. Me,
yep.
Coach, we're out on the Cowboy side. So I just got one question to ask.
Yes, sir.
Who you think will be the best play now? There's offense, defense, special teams. Who you think will be the best player on your football team this year?
What's funny?
In any aspect you think of it in football, because people think of it in different ways. And our opinions and everybody's opinions are well appreciated. So comment down below. Want to know, Will?
What's funny? I think I'm gonna say mine, but I think our best player on both of our teams is at the same position.
Yeah, Judon.
Yep, it's Judon. I think Judon, and I think y'all should say Micah, but we'll see what you say.
Me personally, best player.
Yeah, Kawan got it. If you say Dak, I'm signing off for the rest of this podcast.
I don't want to say Dak. I feel like Dak has to come out and do his thing. But in all, the best player on the field for the Cowboys, it has to be CeeDee Lamb.
I knew you were gonna go Lamb. I had a feeling you were gonna go Lamb.
It has to be CeeDee Lamb. He's climbing up. We'll go into something in that debate later. But I feel like CeeDee Lamb has to. Now I can go defensive ways, offensive ways, just for this nature. I'm gonna go CeeDee Lamb.
I'll say this.
It was last year. I like the way the pressure was, but there's a lot more that can be shown.
I will say this. If CeeDee Lamb is your best player this year, that's either a really good thing or a really bad thing. Because it either means he's playing out of his mind or Parsons isn't.
And that absolutely defense and offense. Last year it didn't click. The offense kind of went unplugged. The defense was definitely up in it, and they was getting it in. That and Kawan keeps saying that he's down bad. I'm just gonna keep saying, as a realist, that last season was that season where you can really criticize that, down that, throw that.
Did he come back from the injury though?
I'm not gonna talk in regards to the injury and anything. See, that's not what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna just give him the realist. You got the money, you know what I'm saying? You healthy, and you have to go up.
Money don't make you less scared from breaking.
I'm not talking about in terms of the dollar value, but everything comes with that. Like when you get the money, you have to go play and compete. You was injured, so yeah, you came back on that, and I'm not gonna lean on that. But ultimately, last year was just like a reality year. Like a lot of QBs had reality years last year, and they're gonna have to pick it up. That's one of them for sure. And I'll have a list in a couple of weeks. Well, no, actually in a couple of days of QBs I feel in East Division that basically this is do or die for them. And that fact, Dak's probably going to be on that list.
Yeah, you got to be at this point.
Man.
Coach, what you got? You got Micah, right? And you said that?
I got Micah only because he's been causing havoc in training camp.
Breaking rules and shit. I love it.
Yeah. But I like that dog, though. It's like, I don't give a damn who you are.
Yeah, you need that.
And,
as well, look, you could be that guy as long as every play out, you give it everything, and that's what he does. So,
somebody said something interesting today on the local station. It was comparing him to a guy that just recently got nominated into the Hall of Fame over the weekend. Where? And somebody made the bold proclamation because obviously, Parcells didn't want Ware. He wanted Merriman. And I believe some other people wanted Derrick Brooks, but we ended up with Ware, and it worked out. But they were saying Michael right now is light years in front of Ware at the same time in their career.
Yeah. Progression wise, it's not close to me. It's not close.
That's pretty good, considering Ware he is the all-time leader in sacks for the franchise. That's definitely some good company, but I think Ware was good, but I think Michael's a generational talent.
As good as Ware was, I feel like he had a lot of talent, but it was also a lot of hard work. Like Micah's just naturally unbelievable, and then he's working hard.
No,
so
but
he got a dog. It's a different dog with him too.
Nah, you got to say in this aspect, Ware was a dog. So you got to remember that shitty ass Dallas defense. You got Parsons coming in with, though he's a dog, this defense is way better than those defenses with Ware. And Ware was putting on work.
Secondary, yes. But the 3-4, Ware.
3-4, no. The 3-4,
but they still had Roy and Newman behind him, though.
Yeah.
Ware had some guys, man.
Had Spencer on the other side. They had Ratliff in the middle.
They had some guys. I would give this defense maybe a slight edge and cohesiveness and maybe overall just how they're playing together. But I don't know, like talent wise, maybe they have here. I say this defense has less holes, but I just talent wise, I feel like Ware had some guys, but the guys that weren't good were dirty rugs, just getting beat like everywhere. So like, yeah, I understand that part. Definitely more holes. It's close though. Parsons just crazy. I guess I'm just a fanboy for Parsons. That man he's something.
I'm a fanboy too, man. A guy on the defensive on the end that is not only getting the hype because it's hype, but getting the hype because he actually does this. He's there to play the game every Sunday. And another man too, we would love to see continue to progress. You know, you don't want nothing to happen to the shiny armor.
It's a great point right here, by the way. It's a great point at the end here. He came from Troy, so like I said, he was always working his ass off. Like he would not. Yeah, it came out of Troy, bro. Like,
oh yeah, Troy definitely. I respect Will to the fullest, man. I'm
So on your side, them damn Judon, man. That's one thing, you know. Everybody always argues about is it Parcells? Is it Belichick or Brady? Okay. We all can have different opinions, but one thing we can say, if it's a Belichick defense, there's going to be at least one dog on that defense.
Yeah,
I don't want one guy, somebody that brings it. He's
Yeah.
had it since back all the way to LT to now.
Yeah, and Judon is that guy right now.
He's that dude.
A lot of people worried about our defense because McCourty going to be gone now, and I'm here to tell y'all that same guy that we talk about who can make a guy like Judon finally blossom into what he really supposed to be, or he gonna do that for a few of these guys in the secondary. I'm telling you.
You have a lot of prospects in that secondary. I mean, it's always interesting with the Patriots. Like you said, Bill's gonna make sure that they are more clean than they are not clean. And if that's improving corners and back end, then they're gonna do that. You already know in New England you're gonna get a dog or two in that secondary. You know
he didn't play to his potential right away, especially when he first got drafted. And then when we first got him, I was happy as hell when we got Jabril Peppers. Watch what he do this year. He got all the talent in the world. He used to go crazy in the shit. Watch what Jabril do this year. Now that he's got it, he's starting now. So he got to be the guy.
Well, they definitely in their division as well. They're gonna be playing dogs at the receiver spot. So that defense is definitely gonna have to come play at least 6 times competitively this year. So I know Bill will probably more than likely have them prepared for that. Christian Gonzalez is gonna be a problem. Yeah, man. You know, spent the diamond and jewel on them. You get up that top pick in the draft. So gotta come show it.
I like our defense, man. Uche nice, man. Both Joneses are gonna ball. Kyle Duggar. Like I like what we doing. Say it again.
They moved Jalen Mills to safety.
Yeah, he can't play corner. He's shown that time and again.
That dude gets revitalize his career though in that position.
If anybody could do it, it'll be Bill, and moving him wherever he think he's best. Look, Bill will put you where you belong, unless you're a coordinator last year for some reason. but that was my man Jake, wherever he at somewhere, probably sleeping. But
shout out to Jake. Shout out to the Insight show yesterday. that tapped in on some fancy insight, man. Each and every Sunday, tap into that, and we getting busy. Season 4 out of 7, we bringing back a lot of our diaper dandies, and
No, Kuan, lunch meat. They've tried it. They've tried different things with this dude. He is lunch meat everywhere, except for hopefully safety.
Speaking of lunch meat, Will,
he's not even like lunch. He's like a lunchable. He's like a lunchable, like a little piece of ham. Not even like. Not good.
Sausage.
What do you consider a rookie though? Do you consider a rookie lunch meat?
Who? I mean, they're gonna be lunch meat every now and then, but hey, so it depends who you are, because a guy like what's his name from the Jets last year came in. How do I forget his name? He's my guy. Yeah, look, some rookies come in and shine, bro. But
some rookies come in and shine. Some rookies don't come in the signs. Some scheme ways, some schematic ways, team ways. You know what I'm saying? Many people, saying are able to come up, man. But now in this day and age, it could be a 6th rounder, 7th rounder. It could be a few 1st rounders. But we're gonna get into this interesting list here of rookies and rookies in the best situations to succeed year 1 and beyond.
Okay.
So we're gonna go to a top 10 list.
I wonder if our guy's gonna be up there, but I don't think he should be.
Let's see. Let us see. Riding at number 10, Devin Witherspoon of the Seattle Seahawks. He was chosen number 5, CB1 in the draft class, and joined the Seattle team, looking for his second coming of the Legion of Boom. Shout out to Sherman, actually, for joining Skip Bayless. He bailed him out. We'll talk about that later on. With last year's rookie sensation, Tyreek Woodland. Now they're trying to get that defense prime. See what the Seahawks did last year, trying to, maneuver some better things to remain, a great team in a NFC West that's probably a little bit open in their case, because they're the second fiddle. So
I just love what they're doing with their defense in general. Like, Tyreek Woolen was unbelievable pick for them. He played out of his mind. Like, you put the numbers up side by side with Sauce Gardner. Sauce, I love Sauce. He got all the hype. This man Tyreek killed last year, and now they adding Witherspoon on the other side. Hopefully he can. I think they're looking for him to be more of a lockdown, like jam you up kind of guy, to force you to throw to the other side, where Tyreek will take it to the house on you. So I like what they're doing. I like their team.
Like Jimmy, boy, riding at 10, rolling down to number 9, a tight end hits this spot. Luke Musgrave of the Green Bay Packers. He was chosen in the 2nd round, 42 number all. Green Bay has done a great job bringing in playmakers to help, hopefully, with Jordan Love's development. Now, definitely going to have some playmakers. And Musgrave is an uber athletic 6'6" tight end who can end up being Jordan's top target.
Here's my problem with this pick. Like, the point of this list is supposed to be rookies in the best position, like, to succeed. He might be nice and he might be a great addition, but I just think it's weird to pick him when we don't know what his quarterback is. So put him on this list.
But I think that's why I see him on there, is because what's a young quarterback's best friend?
It's a tight end. I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
You got to carry it all day.
Find him. Yeah, he gonna find him.
Anybody know that? I think you know that. The baby in the blanket is the tight end position. If you can't get it to your tight end,
you're bummed.
Then you're more than likely not gonna be, I won't say successful, but if you have a great tight end like they're saying he may be in the situation wise, then yeah, what I'm saying? Maybe. But the thing is too.
Here's my thing. Right now, how much better do you how much better do you know Love is than Marcus Mariota?
I'll say this about him. I never gave Marcus Mariota the doubt. I never gave Marcus Mariota hope to be a good QB. Jordan Love, I'm giving him hope. I'm giving Jordan Love hope. He's a Green Bay Packer. I feel like that's going to happen to him.
My only point by asking that is that my man Kyle Pitts was out there doing cardio. So, like, just because you're a tight end on the field don't mean you'll get the ball, even though you should. My man was out there running cardio. So, like, let's see. I hope Musgrave get the ball.
Well, we know of a Marcus Mariota career, and whoever wide receivers he had, are any of them happy with Marcus Mariota's play? I don't think so.
No, but he got one paid. Way too much by us, Jonnu Smith. I don't know how, but that motherfucker got paid.
That's what we asking, because we asking the questions. Mariota ain't it. He ain't never been it. But Jordan Love has promise. He comes out the Green Bay tree. Yeah. So unless this is a bad apple falling out the tree, so far,
I agree.
It's ripened.
I've been tough on Love in the last week or so. So let me scale it back. I actually like the kid. I think he got some talent. I saw improvement from the first to the second year.
Hopefully, Luke can help him a bit. You know what I'm saying, in the progression. Yeah. Number 8. Hey, if you're driving, don't go 141, man. Jordan Addison of the Minnesota Vikings.
I love it.
23 in round 1. Crazy, interesting guy. He's forever the NIL man on our show here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We had great discussion about him last year, before he entered the UFC. And now we see him here with the Minnesota Vikings. Justin Jefferson's a great guy to be a sidekick to.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's probably everybody's favorite receiver in the draft thus far. And the luxury of being the forgotten number 2 is going to be outstanding for him. We all know the QB situation. But we all know one thing: Kirk Cousins, one game can sling it and throw for some yards, and then one game absolutely just be poop juice. So Addison's going to have a 50% chance to be statistically great this season.
Even when Kurt's throwing picks, he's still throwing. At least, so he'll get opportunities. Yeah, Jordan got to speed up on the field and slow down off the field, man. He's taking speed to a whole new
officially level. Ends the Adam Thielen, Stephen Diggs, chapter.
Yeah, those two. Yeah.
All time now you got Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson. Let's see how that ends up in Kevin McDonald's offense. Let's see how Minnesota could bounce back from that devastating loss.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of pressure on them because who's their running back up there?
The Madison. Was it? Yeah, the guy who's backing up, who they like, who Jake swears is definitely a starter. We'll see. We're gonna find out today.
Who they said Madison is a starter?
Yeah, I think he's gonna be the starter now, and Jake was saying,
he got no choice now. According to Jake, Dalvin Cook was top 3 running back, and now this top 3 guys gonna get a job.
Every time,
he can't either. But I guess A-Rob's already throwing Zeke in the mud. So that's all I'm gonna say on that, Jake. Jake, I hope you watching. Sorry.
Every time we take a shot at Jake for that, we raise what he said.
Hey,
by the next time we say it, we're gonna be like, he thought he was the best back in the league. It's gonna be he's a Hall of Famer.
Yep, all day. Madison's a Hall of Famer in his eyes. Number 7, the Detroit Lions has a QB on the list. It's not Jared Goff, because Jared Goff is not a rookie. And this is what I want to happen in Detroit this year to prove that Jared Goff is not it. And that's Hendon Hooker, which was a 3rd-round pick, 68th overall, for the redshirt year in Detroit, due to some injury, get healthy and things like that. But this is probably something that's coming years to come.
Yeah, this is like
this season.
Great situation in general.
Or could it be this season?
Or what?
If he plays this season, that's a nightmare for the Lions. He should not be playing this year.
Nah. Yeah, I think he's gonna sit out the whole year. Because how much time does Goff have left on his contract?
Just about enough to let him heal.
Ooh. 2 years.
Was it 2 years, right? Yeah, like I said, just enough to let him heal the first year, then second year, learn the system behind him, and then slide on in. But he'll be 28 by then, or something like that. So
now he's 29 this year.
Oh, he's already 29?
29 right now.
No, I thought he was. That's outrageous.
So he'll probably be gone next year, or he can
afford. Oh no, I was talking about Hooker. I was talking about how old Hooker is.
I'm sorry. Yeah, he's an older QB too, right?
Yeah, he's like 25, 26, right?
I believe he is.
This is the bad boy scene. You at least 30.
He's 26.
26. Okay.
Yeah, so by the time he sees the field, like realistically, he's probably gonna be 27 or 28 years old.
Yeah.
Brandon Weeden.
You're gonna see. He's gonna be better than Brandon Weeden, and hopefully
you hope
to the Detroit Lions forever hopes to be relevant again. As they're actually uptrending, man, and I can't wait for their opening game of the season. That's gonna be interesting. Number 6, Joey Porter Jr. of the Pittsburgh Steelers, cornerback, 32nd overall. His poppy. He's out here with a vengeance. He's in the black and yellow. He's looking to, pay homage to not only his pops, but the team his pops played for. Ring size, 6'2.5", 193. Speed and skill to set the drive and the pass coverage. Lean alongside veteran Patrick Peterson, who boosted a similar skill set, should suit him very well. That Pittsburgh defense, it's that atmosphere I feel like should suit him early. Now, I don't know if that's going to make him a baller, but he got the good recipes and tools, to be successful, at least.
I know getting ate up by Pickens.
Oh, yeah. You're going to get ate up by those guys. Wide receivers, comes at a great dozen over there in Pittsburgh, man. So you're going to get cooked by those receivers. But it ultimately helps you out with these other receivers in the league, playing with competitive and great receivers like you have in Pittsburgh.
We'll see how good he is.
You ain't buying a Will?
Nah, yeah. I was intrigued, but the entire draft, Kawan was like, he sucked. He overrated. He a dirty bro. He gonna get beat. And now he kind of, I trust Kawhi to a certain extent with certain stuff, and he had no reason to be biased here, other because he was saying that before the Steelers got him. Now he got a reason to be biased. But
hold on, but you're gonna read through Kawan's mind and really know why he mentioned that Joey Porter's gonna be doodle.
Because he
wants the team.
Yeah,
he wants the team that colors look like diarrhea.
Yeah.
To be the best team, and that's the Ravens.
Them Ravens.
You know, hating on the Steelers, man.
Also, if your diarrhea look like Ravens, you need to go to the hospital.
Yeah, he's dying breed. He shitting Ravens. He's shitting like the Ravens right now.
He should not be shitting grape color anything. Like
Baltimore.
He should lay off the serve.
Yeah,
let it serve. For real, man. Number 5, tight end central. Tight end alert. Dalton Kincaid of Utah. Now a Buffalo Bill. 25th overall in the first round. Buffalo says, hey, we need another tight end to boost our offense. Or is this the answer? I mean, obviously, Josh Allen is Josh Allen. He's fired up about certain things, but he's fired up about this guy. He better be fired up about Stephen Diggs and make sure that Stephen Diggs get over 100 catches this year or Stephen's gone. I'm letting you know that now.
I think they're planning for that with Kincaid.
Interesting. I like that thought.
Yeah, and I think Kincaid is in a great situation. It's a 50-50 for me, though. On one hand, he should be wide open pretty much every play. Like I don't know who he's a big dude. He can run routes. He has decent speed. I don't know who's going to be able to cover him out of the linebackers position because that's everyone who's going to be on him is linebackers because they have 2 other wideouts that you got to cover and the ability of Josh Allen to run. So there's too much to watch for. Kincaid's going to be running free regularly.
Yes, but because I like that thought, Will. Go ahead.
But also, they don't throw the tight end. So this is the whole running back problem for them. It's like, yeah, you could give them this piece, but are they going to use it?
Okay, yeah, Anthony,
this part right here, exactly, this part.
I like that. I like this as well, man. Receiver, definitely, because like you said, they don't throw the tight ends. You know, just mainly there to kind of change the scheme up, perhaps, over there. You know, they've been riding with the same scheme for a minute, so maybe try to tune something up. You have to tune something up if you're Buffalo right now because people are saying that you're going down in the ladder. And when you hear you're going down in the ladder, you start trying to experiment some things that you never would have probably experimented if you was at the top. You feel what I'm saying? So there we have it here in Buffalo. They go out another tight end. He's going to probably have success early because it's a new name, you know, and it looks nice for Buffalo. But in the trenches is going to be where we really see how this guy is going to react.
So I think there's a lot of potential there. But the key thing is Dorsey going to be able to figure out how to use them properly. Because you got Diggs and you got Davis. You probably going to have one over the top of Diggs. You're not going to be able to have them one-on-one. And then you got to have a spy for your quarterback. So he should be eating in the middle of the field.
I'm talking about just Lunchables all day for that man.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever he wants. It's a buffet. They got to find him, though. You got to throw it to him.
Yeah. But see,
that's the scary part.
To get in their quarterback's ear, throw the ball where it needs to go.
Also, do we want Josh Allen throwing over the middle a lot?
Yeah, I do feel like if you're praying, I feel like he closes his eyes when he throw it over the middle.
Over the middle, because even though he's gotten more accurate from the beginning, where he was very not accurate at all, he's gotten more accurate. When he does miss, he misses high, and you can't miss high over the middle.
Nah,
because if you miss high over the middle, you're gonna become a tackler.
Extreme one as well. We know how that feels when anybody got to be the tackler, and that's not your primary job. You're ready to rumble in Miami.
Fuck around looking like Mac trying to tackle somebody.
Number 3 on that team. Okay. That's interesting. We gotta look at the Buffalo.
Number 3 for them is Khalil Shakir.
Maybe he's the guy that posted up. Maybe they regret Greg Davis, and that guy becomes the number 2.
They didn't bring back Beasley. They didn't bring back John Brown. They didn't bring back that merry-go-round of different receivers they had trying to make a number 3.
Yeah.
Speaking of merry-go-round, we got number 4, Miami Dolphins cornerback Cam Smith, and I'm not calling him a merry-go-round. I'm just calling the Miami Dolphins a merry-go-round because just seems like it just goes slowly. Yeah, we're trending, and then it just goes.
Well, he was in a great spot till about 2 weeks ago. Now
Until
his spot's not as
Ramsey
good.
got hurt. Yes.
Right.
Now the pressure goes up a little bit,
Yeah.
which actually brings him up on his list probably because now, like you said, he's going to have a lot more extra playing time than he would have if Jalen Ramsey would be healthy right now. So in this case, Smith has the talent to sneak into the first round, but instead came off the board in round 2 and landed with one of the best secondaries in the league. Now we just mentioned Jalen Ramsey's hurt, but Xavier Howard and Javon Holland on the back end. The product from South Carolina has a nice ball skill development, and with great veterans around him, he has good anticipation, and he's playing against great receivers, man. There's another thing, too, to look at, man. I mean, though, you're probably going to get torched by these guys over there, what they have.
Yeah.
You're prime. Hopefully you learn how to play big in big games, the games they need.
Hopefully he learned in camp from these veteran corners, and then also in camp by inevitably getting smoked regularly by Hill and Waddle. Hopefully, I mean, that's the best part he's got. In practice is where he's going to face the fastest receivers he's going to face in the whole league. He's going to face them in practice.
Every day.
Every fucking day. So hopefully when he gets on the field, for him, he'll be like, oh, yeah, I can do this. I'm getting burned every day in practice by these guys.
You chime in, coach, on this one at number 4.
So with him, he's going to get a lot of playing time. When is
I think it's like 4 to. I think it's what? What was the injury? The injury was what? 4 to. Was it 4 to 6?
I thought
I thought I read somewhere say he wasn't going to be back until like December or something.
Yeah, I thought he got smoked.
Oh, dang! Ah, shit! I didn't know he got smoked like that.
I'm over here trying to click the link and I can't.
Say again.
I was over here trying to click on his name, but I'm like, I'm not the one who had this up. Yeah, he got smoked, bro. Like, it's bad. It's not good.
Pretty bad, yeah. I thought I saw somewhere that it was saying like December, like end of November, early December at the earliest.
Yeah, we'll fit. Hey, y'all keep going. We'll just I'll figure out.
We're gonna get to a correction on that. We're gonna see what the finalization is, man, because I didn't think it was that long.
So my biggest thing for them is he's gonna get thrown out there. He's gonna have to sink or swim. Good thing about cornerback as compared to QB, your confidence really can't get shot because most guys that play cornerback, they just arrogant as F anyway. So he gonna be able to rebound. It's gonna be some tough knocks for him. But my question is, when my man comes back, when Ramsey comes back, if this young man is balling, do you just throw Ramsey back in there?
Oh, okay. So yeah, I mean, these are one of the injuries. First of all, it's meniscus, and the thing about the meniscus, it's a little about stabilization, but it's mostly about pain tolerance.
Yeah.
So yeah, it depends on what he can deal with. He's gonna be hurting all year though. No matter when he gets back, he's gonna be hurting. But it shouldn't be all year thing. He'll play again this year, unless he re-injures it.
You go flip Jalen Ramsey?
Nah, they can't do that. That'd be a nightmare.
Do you trust their medical staff?
That's what I'm saying too.
Hell no.
Because you see what they did to my man that just retired.
Oh, yeah, him too.
Jones.
Jones, yeah. With leg injury too, right?
Yeah, it was leg injury with him.
Oh.
Then
Miami.
It's
too hot to do your job down there?
No, it's too much other things to do down there.
I know. It's too hot.
Cocaine and hookers.
Cocaine and hookers, man. Speaking of
80s, baby.
Speaking of cocaine and hookers, man.
And churros.
The first 8 picks of the draft, man, fucking slept on these fucking guys like they was fucking with some cocaine, some hookers. And Philadelphia Eagles came up on this golden Jew right here. And that's Jalen Carter, the defensive tackle from Georgia.
That was he went fuck filled the whole. He went crazy. Jalen Carter, huh?
Yes.
Jalen Carter. Yeah.
Character concerns, as well as character concerns. But hey, man, what great doesn't have that concern? At some point in their careers. At some point in their careers. Now it could go, you can't go full Lawrence Taylor nowadays because,
Nah.
So
too many cameras.
Too many cameras, indeed. But definitely a great lockup and a great pickup for this Philadelphia Eagles team who's already stacked for the most part. And looking to get to another Super Bowl. Dallas Cowboys is in their way. We're going to be in their way for a minute, so, stay tuned. And now with the likes of veteran Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham, this man not only gets to learn around veterans, man, as most people do, but he's in a great system, man. He's in a hell of a system. And he's the young guy that's going to make these old guys come compete more. He's going to have to be that man as well. You don't want a bunch of old guys slapping you up. That's going to not give you confidence. So hopefully he's dominating early in training camp.
Yeah, they already got him starting in front of Jordan Davis, who they just got last year.
Definitely a steal in. Definitely a steal. To me, still, when I'm like, damn, they're not getting
he was supposed to be the number one. He was supposed to be the number one pick. He got drafted at 9 because of his character. So that's automatically a steal. Automatic.
Hey, end up being good so you can get some of that cream back that they took from you by, having to go at 9 instead of a possible 1.
I just worry that he's in Philly. That's all.
Yeah, it's a lot of
like character issues in Philly. That's like a gambling problem in Vegas. Like, what are we doing? Like,
just chill Michael Blackson, don't chill Meek Mill, and you'll be good. Simple. Number 2, Seattle Seahawks wide receiver, second on the list for the Seahawks, and that is Jackson Smith
and Jigba
from the University of Ohio State.
Ohio State
should enjoy immediate success.
You
got Metcalf, you got Tyler Lockett, man, in the perimeters. This is the role in which he has excelled at Ohio State, primarily working with Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson on the outside. Seattle employs a run-first offense with a healthy amount of play action shots downfield, so we should see a healthy dose of big plays from the rookie wideout. Yeah, if Geno Smith can show that to you again this year.
Don't be hating on the comeback.
You're going to have all these good receivers, especially this man here, and Geno Smith going to be trash. And they're going to be trying to look for somebody because that's the only reason why they got it. The only reason why they're going to get a playoff spot is because Geno Smith is not going to do the same shit he did last year.
Nah, he going to ball. He got nothing but help around him. And I don't agree with this comment, Price, even the Mike part, because they play different positions. They play wide receiver, but Lockett is an outside guy. Lockett he stretches the field on you. Yeah, I mean, this guy is a slot receiver, and you got 2 guys on the outside now in Lockett and Metcalf, who you basically have to put somebody over the top on both of them. And Jigba's gonna be wide open inside all day, and he's used to playing that role. He got great hands, great route running. He should have been number 1 probably in this. Yeah, you know what? Geno Smith is probably the only reason why he wasn't number 1 on this list because he's going to be open every play.
I'm saying that Geno Smith's the factor. So you look at this, why they got him. And I'm not mad at Anthony's comment talking about Lockett's job because as well,
in the future, maybe,
stuff, they're still in their minds thinking of the future, who their QB can be in the future, and this team uplifts. So somebody's going to have to be away from their equation. Could be Lockett. He is the oldest out the group. And
he'll take it down the line, but I just say like this year he's not going to just jump up and snatch his spot. They don't even play the same spot.
It could possibly happen. Anthony's thinking in the future. And conspiracy moment with Anthony.
You can shoot a pig out of a rocket and he can fly. But
conspiracy theory with Anthony here. I like that. I like that comment. And shout out to you, man. Hope all's well.
He said no, not now. Yeah, he gets it.
No, don't change your thought. Don't let Will do that.
No,
Don't let Will do that. Hold on, see? I'm wrong with the team. I'm wrong with you. And now you going to say, no, not now. Oh, come on, dog. Say it with your chest.
Because he's being realistic. He's being realistic, man.
Man, listen. He's taking Lockett's spot.
He ain't wrapping his head up in tinfoil like you.
Number 1, this man's going to have tinfoil wrapped around him all year. Maybe. Then stupid ass division.
How is he number 1 in this? This is crazy.
Bryce, mother effing Young. The best situation to succeed.
False.
False.
By definition, you got picked number 1 because your team was whack. That's why you're going number 1.
It's crazy because they feel like no. You know what's crazy thing about it? Because every year in the draft, that's kind of what it represents of the guy. Just like, okay, you're a guy that goes here, and you've had success in college, and then they say you're the best to succeed here. And like you just said, he's on the worst team basically that was in football last year, and it's kind of like a double-edged sword in my mind. It's a double-edged sword.
They weren't just bad; they sold all their pieces that were good left.
Yeah.
It
They
doesn't
trade
mean
away the best wide out. They trade away their
franchise running back. It's like, damn, all right, like, cool. Here, by the way, all right, Bryce Young. Yeah. Here's this trash shit of a team. Have fun, man. Let's see what you can do.
So you guys smell a rough year coming in?
I don't see how it could be good.
No. Okay. Is it okay? So will we say Justin Fields bad?
He basically got Justin Fields' team. Honestly, he got the same type of squad. He got the only difference is that actually, no. I think his squad actually might be slightly better because you do have Thielen and Chark, whereas. And those are both bigger guys who can try to make some plays for you. Right. Whereas Fields' best receiver was a 5'10", like supposed to be slot or stretch the field guy playing every down in Maroney. But like it wasn't Mooney. It just I don't know. It wasn't ideal for Fields. But Fields can run more than he can. He's mobile. He's not fast. He's not gonna outrun somebody. He's not outrunning Parsons. Well, no one is. That's not fair. He's not outrunning a lot of these defensive ends or off tackle guys. He's not running them guys like away from them guys. He's not gonna juke a bunch of guys. Like he's closer to Tua than he is Fields in terms of his ability to move and size.
It's gonna be a long season for this young man.
Yeah. It's gonna be a lot of stakes. A lot of stakes, man.
Over under 6 for the Panthers this season.
Wins?
Over under 6.
6 wins or 6 new fans? Because like
over or under 6 for the Panthers. I mean, realistic. Hold on, we gonna look at that record from last year.
Yeah, it's definitely under. The only advantage that the Panthers have is that they're in that division.
I don't know, man.
They were 7-10 last year.
And then they sold everyone, and now they have a rookie quarterback.
I'm gonna go 6-10. I mean, 6-11.
Yeah, I'm going. So you're going on. I'm going under. I'm going under. It's maximum 5 win. Maximum. They may pick first again next year.
They got Seattle on the road. They got Minnesota at home. They got Detroit on the road.
Loss.
They got Miami on the road.
Loss.
And they got Dallas at home.
Loss.
They got Green Bay at home.
Only because they also are starting a younger quarterback. That could be a potential win, but loss.
Jacksonville on the road.
Loss.
And then the division that they in. They'll probably win. Maybe they might
split. They can split some. They can split some in the division. They could beat Atlanta once, and they could beat the Saints once, and they could beat the Bucs twice, maybe. Honestly,
well, I think they might look up. They might not win their first game.
Anthony Price. That's a fair point. It's gonna be close, is what I'm saying. Those two, because look, he's gonna come back mid-season, right? Or mid to late season. Yeah, Kyler. Yeah. But Kyler, he's not coming back at all this year?
I think he's out longer than that.
Ooh. It was an ACL, I know that, right?
Yeah, he got hurt in the end of the season?
I thought it was it was back half of the season for sure. I thought it was early back.
I think it was 2 weeks left in the season, 3 weeks left.
Oh, if it was 2 weeks left in the season, he's gone. Yeah, he's done. Who's their backup? Who did they bring in to play?
Ain't Coach still there?
Who?
Coach.
Who? No.
hey, maybe he's calling Kaepernick's chance, man, to go get a job now.
Yeah. League is out on him. They finally gave him a chance, and he had the worst. Like, was it the Raiders? And he had the worst.
I'm gonna say this funny. Tony Romo leaves the booth and goes south to Arizona.
God. God.
What? Kyler might be back.
Wow, when did it happen? Like 12 or 13?
Yeah, but he's 6 months removed from the. I'm sorry, 7 months.
He's already 7 months. Yeah, but he's a mobile guy. If they're smart, they just won't bring him back if they really think he's the franchise quarterback. Don't bring him back. Just take and get a good team or try.
Maybe Arizona has hope this year that they can string a few wins.
Hope of what? You and this hope. We got to get you a hope button because you could just hit it instead of saying all this stuff.
I'm telling you right now. If Arizona Cardinals string out some wins and they feel like they're in a good spot, Kawhi watch, them motherfuckers gonna bring him back.
We're firing pigs out of a cannon again.
Boom. So he actually, so he's starting off on the pup list. So he at least gonna miss the first 4 games.
Oh, the pup's only 4, and I thought it was 6.
First 4 games of the regular season.
Yeah, he's cooked. They need to not bring him back, especially because he always try. He don't try hard off the field clearly, but he tried too hard on the field. Yeah. He want to juke everybody. He want to run around for 20 seconds before throwing the ball. You can't do that on a repaired knee. I know he got little tree trunks for legs, but he's still like a mini me.
This man's the mini-me version. Well, I won't call him mini-me, but
Peter Dinklage playing quarterback.
Size, but it's going to be in him, man. And this wraps up the rookies, man. All rookies this season. Of course, we had a bunch of them drafted, so this list at the end of the season, you know what I'm saying, is definitely going to be different. It's going to be some guys not on here.
I didn't want my guy on the list from our rookie, Christian Gonzalez, because I have some issues, some questions about not that he can't be good, but because Belichick, the one thing, he knows how to put players in the right position. However, he puts young guys in deep waters early because he just thinks like, all right, figure it out or don't. I don't really care. But he puts him in deep waters early, and he's gonna do that with Christian Gonzalez because we drafted him so high. But I didn't want him on his list until I saw the list. Some of them guys, I definitely would put Christian Gonzalez up there ahead.
Fair enough.
Sir, man. You guys ready for 15, 20? Ready for a lemonade commercial? Ready for
lemonade? I want a refreshing drink.
We'll be back about 15, 20. Hold on to your butts, folks.
What's up, world? Kyrie Robinson, man. New Orleans Saints veteran. Hey, man, make sure you guys go check out my guy, man, STWF, the media, man. Check them guys out. Y'all want to get sports talks with players, with fans, anything like that, man, go check them guys out, man. That's the place to be if you want to talk sports. Who that nation?
Oh, he's back at it.
8-bit.
Don't know about that Tecmo Bowl, baby.
They don't know about that. They don't know about. Shh! Don't say nothing.
Bo Jackson. What I know is Bo Jackson.
Well, man, that was a good first segment, fellas. Got the rookies that we talked about in the best possible positions. Now we coming to the meat potato, the midpoint of the show, where it's going to be some controversial takes. I already see it when I took a glance at the list. So, what we got up there?
So we have the top 10 quarterbacks entering this regular season. And yes, as all lists, there's some controversies. At some lists, you're like, yeah, that's spot on. And then there's like a part of the list is like, where this guy at? Oh, where this guy at? And we're going to get to all that, man. Starting at number 10 in here, Mr. Dakota Prescott. Setting aside his interception total. 15 in 2022. He has been an above average quarterback in his career. Gets a lot of flack for falling short when it matters most, with the Cowboys marking early playoff exits. But I think we'll see a more confident, rejuvenated Dak in 2023. Mike McCarthy taking over the play calling duties following Kellen Moore's leave. Prescott knows there's urgency to get it done, which I said earlier. And he's meshing well with the playmakers early in camp.
Yeah, he's meshing real well with the cornerbacks in his camp.
A lot of these quarterbacks are. Dak just on the Dallas Cowboy airline, so we get a lot of that show.
No. Don't try to say it's because of the star on his helmet. It's because of the words coming out of his mouth. I ain't gonna throw 10 picks this season. I want to throw them all in camp.
You want him to be confident?
No, I want you can be confident without saying shit that you probably can't do.
Dirty dog. You a dirty dog. My man can't be confident. My man don't say much. Maybe he need to shut up. Yeah. But nah, say that shit with your chest. Say that shit with your chest.
Man, go do a Campbell's commercial, man. We don't want to hear from you unless you do it.
Hey, he may be. He just need a Super Bowl appearance like Donovan McNabb, and he can get all the chunky soup commercials he want.
Yeah, we saw what happened when McNabb was throwing up that chunky soup on the field.
I mean, we haven't heard about it. We heard about that last week. Yeah, this week.
Good, he's making improvement. Year 11.
Yeah, let's go, Dak, man. Number 9 on the list. He's new and green.
A Dak sighting.
Green, man. Aaron Rodgers of the New York Jets. It feels weird to have him this fall down here, but he's coming to a new town, transitioning after seriously contemplating retirement. Maybe he doesn't know if he wants to play. He just probably wants to be in a jersey, just wants to be, noticed. We don't know.
Yo, do y'all believe when he said he's gonna play, it'd be a disservice to play 1 year for the Jets?
Yeah, I think he'll play too.
Y'all think he'll play too?
Yeah.
My man really is trying to just and then does he go to the Vikings? Like he really is just trying to.
He'll play two. He'll play two. Barring injury.
Yo, wouldn't that be perfect though? Because the Vikings will be poised to have a guy like him go throw to those receivers they're gonna have at that point. That'd be funny if he just
be real with you though.
If he walked to Brett Favre the whole way.
I would be real with you though. It would be tough not to do it if he's in that situation, but I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it.
Because it would look like you really just jocking this dude. And even though you said you had a problem with him, but then you followed every footstep he had.
That would, and I nosed on that a whole bunch of times. I call his championship a half a championship. I still do to this day. No disrespect that his playing
yawn.
Beast. But at the same time, he is following his big brother's footsteps. For sure he is. And he has a great core.
What was that, Coach? What was that?
And
you know the story. You know why he calls it that. That's not news.
You know why.
We heard that terrible story a few times already.
Nah, that's a great story. It's an awesome story. It's a great story. Aaron Rodgers knows what's up.
It's the same guy who probably respects the bubble championship.
Hey, my team won the bubble chip.
Pick a lane too.
I mean, there was a bubble champion this year too. We can talk about that. But number 8, Kobe style. Shout out to my man Kobe. RIP. Trevor Lawrence of the Jacksonville Jaguars. First year. Hideous, but hey, it's reality.
Last year, Urban Meyer.
Into the Matrix. Into the Matrix. You know what I'm saying? Last year, it definitely improved. He finished in the top 10 and TD to interception ratio, 25-8, and passer rating 95.2. He proved that he can be and compete with the best in the NFL, winning the division in a playoff game last season, and he should do well with this year's roster.
Most importantly, the addition of the gambling man, Calvin Ridley.
Rumor has it.
He's balling in practice.
Of course, he's a monster.
Is the toe okay? Is the toe okay?
He's having a great count, man.
Yeah. He's focused. He's focused in. He's focused in, man.
Stuff.
Yeah. Imagine doing well with the 25 touchdowns, 8 picks with the receivers you had, and then you add one with something to prove who is a top tier receiver. Yeah. By all accounts, he's a top 10 guy at the position, at the very least. And before
Kirk,
bruh, now Christian Kirk moves back to where he belongs as a number 2 wideout, which is where he flourished when he was with Arizona.
Over under, because we know there's such thing in this world as repeat offenders. Over under 1 bet for Calvin Ridley this season.
I think that young man's learned his lesson.
So let me go over, Calvin. I ain't trying to believe you, Calvin, but I believe you. I'm going to go under, dog. I think Calvin has learned his lesson, and I know that he's seen all the receivers get in the bag, and I know he's definitely pissed off right now because he was definitely about to go see a bag, and now he may not see the bag that he wants.
I think if he does bet, he'll put like 5 to 6 degrees of separation from it this time. He'll give his money to somebody who will give his money to somebody who will give that money to somebody who will give that money to somebody to place a bet. Like
they just recently suspended some players. Now they cracking down, dog. They getting people on direct everywhere, man. Don't bet at all. Don't give your money for it at all. You want to give an opinion, okay, but don't put no money towards that shit at all. Real talk.
That's your boy, man. I think he learned his lesson. At least I hope he did.
Speaking of my boy, you mentioned my boy. My boy at number 7, man. Y'all know who number 7 is. Y'all know who the man is, man, on these streets. And that is the only, the Sean Cosby Watson of the Cleveland Browns.
This is a head
Trying
scratcher.
to find his legs underneath him, trying to be the comeback man, trying to have his comeback story. Wasn't really a comeback story last year because he was suspended a whole bunch of games. But this year is potentially the comeback year for him. I just hope that he and all, just finds grace back with the game. I mean, it could be in the top 10. It could be in the top 20. Just as long as he finds happiness back with himself in the game, man, because it's been a tough 2 years of some change for him, this mentally. But the aspect of him and his Browns team, it's kind of a wish-wash. It's kind of a why, you got Nick Chubb over there. You got Myles Garrett, 2 guys, cornerstones on both sides. But the team, the glue guys that glue them, not so. And
I got a question.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Do you think at Deshaun's best, so this is obviously before his case and all that stuff, at his best, was he better than Trevor Lawrence we had last year?
Yes.
Yeah.
By how much?
I won't say a lot, but it definitely screams. It definitely screams power boss when you go out there. Well, you don't know what the hell you're gonna have every week at positions, and you go out there and you fucking do your thing.
I'm saying about 25%, only because I think the decision making was better.
Ooh, okay. Well, at least on the field it was.
On the field.
At least on the field it was.
On the field. Trevor ain't no idiot to do anything off field like that. Hell no.
That is a funny trait to give that man, but on the field, yes, on the field. I'll say yes, but I won't go as high as 25%. I say about 15 to 20%. But I'll say this. What we saw last year from him, which I get it, you're coming back, but what we saw last year, he was nowhere near what Trevor just was. So I don't think he should be higher on this list. Everything about the NFL that we always hear is it's not for long, it's the right now league. So right now, Trevor Lawrence is a better quarterback.
I have more faith in the quarter of this comment machine to believe in the Watson. Shout out to Anthony Price for the hell of comments tonight, man. Real, man. So what y'all think about number 6? Because number 6, man, holds some jeopardy too, man. He just got paid, though, too, man. So, man, sky's the limit for this, man. And guess what? Kellen Moore is going to be back by his side. Justin Herbert of the Los Angeles Chargers has all the talent in the world, the huge arm, and don't turn from it too much, man. He's just a better version of me of Ryan Leaf. No, I'm playing with y'all.
I'm about to say,
I'm
about to have a long conversation.
The highest player in the league, he doesn't win. In his career, he's won 25 games and lost 25 games, including the outcome of the playoff appearance to date, the both stunning collapse in the Super Wild Card Weekend game against the Jaguars. He has to win to earn the recognition, they say. Every QB has to somewhat win to earn the recognition. He has to win to earn all that, get to the caliber that he deserves, and to be mentioned among the very top players at this position and in the league.
He could quite possibly break a record for pass attempts this season.
Easy.
Easy. You know who you got over there?
You just gave Kellen Moore a fucking Lambo.
You just gave him the keys to the Lambo. Definitely
gave him the Lambo. So
I'm going 200.
My only question in that is, I still think Kellen Moore is the coach in waiting there. Because I don't think there's a lot of faith in the current head coach.
Nor should there be.
But will he be able to allow to install his complete offense? Now, the biggest knock that was here on him, and it's starting to come out more here, is his communication style sucked. That's why he hadn't made it to a final interview for a head coach. His communication style is not there. When you got wide receivers that come out and they say that who's been in the league 6 years, and this camp is the first camp they've been to where they have to pay attention to the steps that the quarterback takes, that's on the offense coordinator. if you're doing timing, he's supposed to be the one communicating that out there.
Yeah, well, go to school, fellas. Get it together. Yeah. Also, coach, get it together. I think they'll be all right. I don't think they're gonna be a big winning team. I still think they're in the same division as the Chiefs.
They're gonna put up a lot of points in yours, though.
Yeah, it's gonna be some shootouts with this guy. It already kind of has been, but like it's gonna be even more of that. And like I said, everybody likes to talk about how Eckler deserves this and that and this and that. How much can they run Eckler between the tackles like a real back on a regular basis and keep him healthy? We'll see. They need to have a running game and not throw 60 times a game, which they're probably gonna do.
Yep, real easy. Like you say, you got the Lambo keys now.
Yeah, so
Lambo's gonna be driving at 200, man. Hey, just
he reminds me of Marino, honestly, the way he plays.
That's a good take right there. Marino. Now I'm looking at his face. I'm trying to make sure it turns to Marino, but
we all know what the problem was with Marino. He could do everything except the big game.
Except the big game, man. It might be Marino's son. You know what I'm saying? Who the daddy? Who your daddy? But this one right here at number 5, I'm sorry I'm gonna have to do this.
They were pontificating, Jake.
Yes.
They were listening to greatness, and they had to take a moment.
So number 5
doesn't happen to you.
Number 5, number 4 right here, because I mean, yeah, I'm gonna say it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say it just like this.
You gotta stay on the field.
When the one black man devours, they try to bring up another one. So I'm gonna bring number 5 in. First off, Lamar Jackson, Baltimore Ravens. He deserves to be in this echelon of QBs. Maybe it's debatable, but hey, everybody gonna want a ticket to go see Lamar Jackson. If you in any stadium in the NFL, believe that. This man right here, fresh outside of a new contract, was poised for a major bounce back. Some injuries the last couple years, but added some talent after some time. Maybe not the best talent, but they did some things and they try to add some pieces around them, But overall, it's always going to come down to Lamar. The games are always going to come down to Lamar. Scheme, everything will come down to Lamar. Dr. Evil.
$1 million.
So,
you think it's enough?
Lamar at number 5.
Man,
he got to stay healthy.
Gotta stay healthy. This is I think this might be, from a potential standpoint, the best wide receiver core he's had since he's been there.
Which is rough, but yeah.
Rough.
No,
a lot of the best guys always hurt.
Now,
like, Odell is a monster, but
he got a new offense coordinator in there this year.
Who? Wait, say what again? Oh, yeah, he does. But that could also set you back, because that coordinator has to mess with you and figure out how you play. You got to figure out what he's calling for play call, and everything is going to be a little different now. There's probably going to be a less emphasis on the read option, especially now with you can't hand off forward with that new rule. A lot of things are going to change.
Interesting you say that, because that's something to me I feel like you would hear in camp. You would hear that because he just got paid and all that. You would hear first off how he's messing with the coaches. We haven't heard anything. And I feel like we would have heard something somewhat of a stream, mainstream, low stream. That was the case.
Yeah, maybe I'm out the loop, but I do like this team. Like, I generally have always kind of liked the Ravens. It's been radio silence as far as where I've been for this team. I haven't heard shit about anything.
Well, I don't know. So as of August the 3rd, the new offense coordinator, Todd Monken, he did come out. He was quoted as saying, asking him when he spoke to the media, his honest assessment on where his offense is currently after just over 1 week of training camp. He said they aren't nearly where they need to be and not good, but it's early in the camp and they shouldn't be. He also mentioned that the unit has a long way to go. Well, right now it's hard to project because we're not really good right now. We have a long way to go. Not a ringing endorsement.
Well, I just heard something.
You're doing great.
So now I hear something that's not good. If you want to overcome the Bengals, man, it's not good. It's not good. Yeah, if your offense ain't good in August, shit, I don't even want to see what it looks like the first week of September. Shit. damn, Lamar, they signed you, and you actually about to regret that shit.
He got
It's all talks right now.
He got the biggity bag. He's fine. He's doing okay.
I got some more for you. No, I've been digging up. So this is from August the 5th.
4-5-5.
So the Ravens have had a relatively smooth sailing throughout the first week or so of practice, but it hit some rough waters on Friday. Specifically, the offense had its share of struggles on Friday, with some players letting their frustrations out on the field. Reportedly, quarterback Lamar Jackson punted the ball downfield and threw his helmet in frustration after a blown play, while tight end Mark Andrews received an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty for shot in the expletive after the play. They already melting down, man.
They got Lamar trying out for punter. It's going down.
Yeah, man. Well, it seems like Odell's passing some shit down to them.
20 minutes later.
Ravens gonna Ravens. You better cut that out, because you seen that you semi-root for was a crash dummy before they got their shit together. So you damn sure calling somebody crash dummy. You know what I'm saying? It's what it is. But number four, I wanted to go head to head with this man, but this man has got paid too.
Animosity.
No. You know what I'm saying? Ravens gonna crash. Knowing damn well he's been watching the Ravens dominate that division for years.
How you really feel, too?
I feel like the Ravens, the Bengals' course to a division title just got easier. If you ask me, I don't know if I can even bet on the Ravens, even if I wanted to, when they play them guys. After just hearing those two statements, no. Jalen Hurts, number 4, special, got paid, Super Bowl appearance. Yep. You know, the underachiever, you know, became the overachiever last year. And in situations like this, man, we look for the re-up. We look for the next year with him. You know, was it so special that it can't happen no more? Will he become average? Will he ascend to one of the best QBs in the league? Led the NFL completion percentage 72.6, touchdown to interception ratio 20-4, passing rating 11.8, and from inside the pocket, the next gen stats, he definitely just became a blossom, total great QB last year. Now they said, you know, hey, it wasn't him, but he went out there for all the years that he had to play behind Tua, and then he had to transfer, and then now he finally got a spot of his own again. You know what I'm saying? Of course they're gonna hate on him.
Well,
I feel like this year.
He didn't play behind Tua. He lost his job to Tua and then bounced. Look,
behind Murray.
Yeah, he got talent, bro. And he obviously showed that he is at least good enough with that squad to get you to the big game. And played well in the big game. He wasn't awful. He played all right. What I will say is that I think this season will be a very big test, because I believe now there's quite enough footage out there.
Bingo.
There's quite enough footage out there to show. People don't realize, like, they just saw the numbers and they saw the team's success. What they didn't see is how limited he was because of the other things he can do with the read option, with his ability to find a All-Pro AJ Brown and stuff like that. Like, yeah, he did those things well, but that defense was the better part of that team for sure. They've gotten better, in my opinion, or at least they've swapped out some old talent with some fresh new talent that we just talked about with Jalen Carter and other guys. I just think that he's going to have to show us this year that he can make big plays to your second and third and fourth read if you need to. And will they be able to open up the playbook more? Because it was still limited when you watched them on film.
Absolutely. Definitely. Number 4, Jalen Hurts. Number 3, number 2, number 1 to come. And we kind of know what it comes with that. In most places, they're the same order. You know what I'm saying? But let's see what the NFL thinks. Josh Allen at number 3. Hey, my thing is, you got to improve this offense and get these guys to a Super Bowl, but he's right where he needs to be. Number 3, I mean, the decline came a bit last year in terms of just overall team for him. I don't think it was maybe a mine. it was him in a bit because we've seen him do some things that we're usually not used to seeing Josh Allen do, throwing picks early in games. Did that most of the season last year, where there was a lot of games where he threw Buffalo under the table.
Look at this anger. There's a lot of anger here for no reason.
Who?
There's a lot of. He's talking about Josh Allen. He hates Josh Allen.
Okay.
It's a lot of anger right there. Is all I'm saying.
Why you mad, Jake? Why you mad? Why you mad?
No, he just told you I'm hating. At least he kept it real.
Oh.
Gotta love Josh.
Josh Allen, definitely finds himself top on the list because you see him. You know what I'm saying? The NFL, they make that money on top. He's one of the top guys. I'll say, they say he got the NFL look, and he'll be at 5-2 for some reason. That arm, and he can't run no more. You know what I'm saying?
Look, 130 offensive touchdowns since 2020, most in the NFL in that span. Right. So regardless of what you feel about him in certain aspects of the game, accuracy, sometimes too many turnovers, the man puts the ball in the bucket.
He puts the ball in the red zone. They come to the field to see sixes. You know what I'm saying? They don't care about the field goals. The field goals do matter in critical situations, but they want that touchdown. And Josh Allen provides that. Number 3 could be debatable with who's at number 2, but for the most part, he's definitely at number 2.
It's definitely 3 and 2 should. Yeah, we know who.
And I don't know when that time will come for him to hold that number 1 spot. Maybe this year. Maybe Mahomes. Hulk Hogan his way to another title, and now he may not get another one. But at number 2, number 2 is Joey Burrow of the Cincinnati Bengals. Puffing cigars early in his young career, to now trying to, because it's legal, he wants to win a Super Bowl and roll a joint, So in that case, for him to do that, first, the offensive line has to be ready in prime this season. Number 2, avoid injuries. He suffered a little minor one during training camp, but I guess he's okay. And 3rd, overcoming just the Cincinnati atmosphere. That atmosphere is bad. And this is why this
he said, "Fuck Jake."
No, it's not about that. Nah, it's not about that. Sometimes the city gets in your way. Like, I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan. The city gets in our way. The team, all that gets in our way.
Yeah, I can see
I'm gonna say the same about Cincinnati. Can you get the monkey off your back? Everybody asked that question. You've ascended the last few years. You've gave people a reason to come to games and cheer and not have paper bags on them. Can you do it again this year? Can you get to the Super Bowl this year and win? Do you have a Super Bowl winning team? Do you think Cincinnati has a Super Bowl winning team? I'm asking you guys.
Wow,
they have a Super Bowl winning QB.
That question is tough. You think Cincy have a 3-year to win Super Bowl until it's over, then talk about fire? No. Because, if you're going to talk about fire, look, I can see for the rest of their career, I would be shocked if for the rest of their careers, Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase aren't on the same team. I'd be shocked if they aren't on the Cincinnati Bengals for the rest of their careers. Now, anybody else on that team, if you don't start winning, yeah, of course, then you could trade. Man, you trade anyone. You trade a coach, you trade whoever at that point. But I will say that, yeah, Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow should retire Bengals.
Yeah, absolutely. Joe Burrow, is the Super Bowl coming your way this year, or is it going back to the man, the myth, the legend? Say your vitamin, say your prayers, eat your vitamins. I'm gonna call him Hulk Hogan now.
I think Burrow, what you should call him is Peyton Manning. I think Burrow is gonna have a Peyton Manning-esque career. A lot of numbers, but he's not gonna get to as many bowls as we think he should because he got to deal with that other guy.
Yep.
He got to deal with Hulk Hogan. What's a Macho Man Randy Savage when you got a Hulk Hogan? You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do
wrestling
when the Mahomes comes wilding on you? And that's number 1, man, of course, man. Patrick Mahomes, man. What can you not say about this guy? This guy is just elite. And we're gonna keep it real with you right now. We're gonna keep it real. He might have did all that shit before the prime. Hold on.
No lies told.
Yeah,
no lies told.
Plays before that. We talk about plays during their prime and they get it in.
Yeah.
This dude right here, literally probably the first NFL player in history that don't got to do shit no more. But if he does doing shit, he just flat toeing status is not only in football, but in professional fucking sports all around. This man's a bad man right here.
Yeah.
I wonder
Yeah.
I wanted to think it was a joke the way he was playing football, but this shit is real. It's real. HD don't lie. And that man's freaking.
And just think if it wasn't for an injured two injured tackles and the greatest quarterback of all time, he might have 3 already.
Yeah.
Right. Definitely.
It's a very real possibility he could have 3 already if it wasn't for the greatest quarterback of all time and 2 injured tackles and receivers dropping balls. I'm not making excuses. Shit happens. Like, that's why you play the games. But, like, bruh, he could have 3 on this motherfucker. So,
real easy.
Yeah, until further notice, he's the best in the business right now.
We talked about this debate before, 3 QBs. I mean, we know that these 3 until at least the season starts is going to be riding on that ladder, man. So it's going to be interesting to see who else fills those gaps in because there's a lot of QBs that have the potential to do it.
That's a fascinating take. Pat Mahomes going for the GOAT title. I want to see what he does when Andy Reid retires. If I'm Andy Reid, they're going to have to wheel me out as long as Mahomes is my quarterback. Why would I ever leave?
Right.
Especially when he spent all those years being considered one of those football geniuses, those quarterback whisperers, got to the big game but couldn't win them. Then he got the guy that you can win them with. Man, listen. That's like searching for treasure your whole life as a pirate, then you finally find it like towards the end. You got to just keep playing. So I think he'll stick around, bro. I think he's gonna. But at some point, yeah, I still think he'll retire obviously before Mahomes. But by then, how many will they have racked up? Is the question. Yeah, they're my bold pick again this year from the AFC.
And it's a transition period too. You got the old heads coming on the back end from a quarterback standpoint, and you got a bunch of youngsters in here now. Yeah. And he got some mids at best. So it's wide open for him to continue to keep balling.
Yeah, for sure.
So we'll take our last break for tonight. Got one more segment we're going to cover with y'all. We're going to be back about 15 and 20. Appreciate y'all hanging out with your boys on the play call sheets.
Hey, what's going on, man? It's cornerback Delvin Breaux here from your favorite team, New Orleans Saints. I just want to go ahead on and give a shout out to STWF Media for allowing me to come on and talk about my testimony, my story, and also talk fantasy football. I just want to say thank you, man, for the honor. I appreciate you, man. Y'all make sure y'all tune in tonight at 7:30 Central Time. Bro Show out.
It's the play call sheet on STWF TV. What's going on, fellas, man? Riding through. You know how we roll, man. Coach.
Game day.
Willie. Coop in the building. Hey.
Yes,
you know,
sir.
Full, man. You know,
Chilly out
like and subscribe, man, on all the pages, man. You know, catch us on the podcast streamings, you know, rather than Spotify, Apple, you know, Google. Come ride the wave, man, you know, and if you want to comment, feel free to comment. If you ever want to say, hey, maybe I want to chat with these guys and be in the same room, let us know as well. Maybe we'll bring you in. But shout out to everybody that tuned in tonight as we hit our last segment. Now, I've been kind of heavy on the offensive side tonight, so guess what happens when you get heavy? You may want to get heavier. I don't know, but that's kind of the model we follow here. So we went kind of in the sense of rookies, you know, in between positions, hit the QB positions, and now we're gonna go with a lot of the cream of the money goes to, and that's the wide receiver position. Interesting position because we got a lot of young guys trying to take spots. Got an old man, becoming old in his super prime. That's like, nah, no matter what team I go on, man, I'm the man. Yeah, private chat.
Yeah, I'll be here starting trouble. Don't worry about it.
Oh.
Real.
Hey, yo.
I ain't never lied though.
Pause, man. Listen.
No, I ain't even get to the pause part, but yeah.
Wide receiver ranking. Shout out to PFF for the great information as we scroll through, as we breeze through
We got a
the
list.
top 10. We got a list. We have a list all night, Will. I made lists for you tonight.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you.
After this, I'm gonna have to say list after. Number 10.
Oh, we started. We only do a 10. I'm sad.
We do a 10. I'm sorry, man. We got the list though. We got the list. If anybody wants to read this, the rest of the list, you know what I'm saying, from 11 to 190, go on PFF.com, man. Shout out to these guys for this. Number 10, Deebo Samuel is your number 10 wide receiver for his career. Averages 2.29 yards per route run. Has caught 43.4 contested targets. He has broken 128 tackles on 223 catches. That's before you get to the threat he poses as a rusher. Dynamic threat in Deebo Samuel at number 10. Number 9, CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee, and I think he will be a top 5 receiver when this season ends. That's just my opinion. His production should only go up. Last season, with no Amari Cooper, set career highs in targets, catches, yards, touchdowns, and yards per route run. He posted the lowest drop rate of his career and looked like one of the best receivers in the game. This season could even be better. Number 8, he always finds a way to stay around. Maybe I think Washington's QB is Peyton Manning. And that's Terry McLaurin of the Washington Commanders. Nah, this man is just that good. Since coming into the league, he has racked up more than 4,200 yards, 460 targets in 4 seasons of an ugly list of quarterbacks thrown in the football. And I just say, Peyton Manning is not his quarterback. And he's ugly. Yeah.
In terms of career, his trajectory is literally like Hopkins. All trash quarterbacks and still putting up numbers.
Yeah. Has a PFF grade of 77.1 in each season, and passes thrown his way have generated 101.2 pass rating, significantly higher than the baseline of those aforementioned quarterbacks. So, riding in at number 7, Will mentioned him as an All-Pro earlier. He's All-Pro. He played like an All-Pro last year, and he got the bread. A.J. Brown of the Philadelphia Eagles. We saw the kind of impact that he can have on the offense last year. Already a player who has elite status against any type of coverage or player. Brown's arrival transformed the Philadelphia offense, got Jalen Hurts paid, got great production from Devontae Smith. Brown averages 2.59 yards per route run and passes generated at 118%. Passing rate.
That 2.59 per route run is actually kind of crazy.
It is wild. Number 6. Last season's best wide receiver, but the best wide receiver the year before. And I don't know in this wide receiver game if we can ever get back in that spot. But the Los Angeles Rams are going to love having him back this year, and that's Cooper Kupp. Just played in 9 games in 2022 in the Rams offense. That collapsed around him and still racked up 95 targets, 75 catches a season after posting one of the finest single-season performances in the history of the league. Kupp is an elite route runner, technician, and blocker who lines up predominantly on the slot, but still towards defensive backs on the outside when needed. He has broken 10 or more tackles for 3 straight seasons. Number 5 on the list, Stephen Diggs.
AJ better than Kupp right now.
Stephen Terrell Owens Diggs is what I'm going to call him now.
That's what he turned into.
But has been at least in Buffalo. Have been captain in terms of opportunity in Minnesota's offense before he was traded. Since the move, 469 targets, only second in the league behind Devontae Adams. His receiving stat line includes more than 4,000 yards, 29 touchdowns. Continues to be one of the most well-rounded receivers in the game. You
know what the major difference between Diggs and T.O. is? That's my quarterback. That's my quarterback. Like he's hating on his own man. It's not good.
Just imagine. We've seen T.O. in Buffalo at an old age. Just imagine somebody like T.O. that still can give you 10 plus touchdowns at that time on the field if he had Josh Allen. Buffalo would probably had a Super Bowl. That's what you said. The difference between them, in all. I mean, obviously T.O. is the better player, but that would have been crazy. Great fantasy insight. If you play Madden, man, you might want to put T.O. on that team and see what they do. Jamal Chase at number 4 for the Cincinnati Bengals. Then we replicate the crazy performance of his rookie season.
No. Higher.
But he didn't manage to show that he can be just as effective without the elements of surprise. Passes thrown towards Chase over his first 2 seasons, generating from Joe Burrow at a 112.4 passing rating clip. That number actually went up to 18.2 during the playoffs as he came back from injury and dominated the opposition as they almost slid it through to another Super Bowl, chasing the dominant receiver and just getting started. Number 3,
touchdown machine.
Tyreek Hill. There's no dangerous receiver in the league than Hill. Dangerous.
Cheetah.
Whose contribution to speed and his instant acceleration makes him a threat to score anytime he touches the football. He gained a absurd 3.2 yards per route run last season, his first in Miami, almost half a yard more than any other receiver. For a similar receiver, he also has been exceptional with the ball in the air, catching 52% of his contested targets last year. Number 2 on the list now. Is it shaky? Nah, it's not really shaky. It's Justin Jefferson at number 2. Not sure you can say Jefferson is better than the guy that's number 1 yet, but he's joined him atop the mountain. Second to that guy in a whole variety of categories since entering the league. Productive for the Vikings in his young career. Outstanding route runner. Contested catches, he can do that. Already has one of the greatest catches in the history on his resume. A 4 for 18 one-handed snag against Buffalo that will go in the books. Hopefully it doesn't end up in the case like Odell with the one-handed catch against Dallas. You know what I'm saying?
Like that be the highlight of his career, and then it's all downhill from there. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want that to happen, Jefferson. So keep shining, keep going up. You're gonna have probably a new QB next year, depending on the situation of Kirk. This is Kirk's come up year as well. So let's bring it on to it. Number 1, the undisputed number 1. And I don't know how he's gonna keep this ranking this year, man, because shit.
It's gonna be tough.
Jimmy Garoppolo as your goddamn QB, and that's Devontae Adams. The masses think Jefferson will be the best receiver. People may think Jamar Chase is the best receiver. Hey, people might think Stephen Diggs is the best receiver if you're in Buffalo, but over the course of this man's career, the last 3-4 years, this man has been the man. Without Aaron Rodgers at quarterback, he caught 100 passes, almost 1,600 yards receiving, and 14 touchdowns, 6 more than Jefferson. He averaged 2.45 yards per route running over the past 3 seasons, leads the NFL in the receiving grade of the PFF, 94.5, and yards per route run at 2.67. With Jefferson placing second in each category, Adams does remain the top of the wide receiver core. So I have a question, guys. At the end of question of the night. Who is the best receiver in football?
Jefferson.
There's still no reason yet to move off of Devontae Adams. This year, it'll change. It'll be Jefferson or Chase. I got Chase over all these dudes. Chase is a monster. Chase at 6 feet gives you basically the Randy Moss factor. He just scores deep so often.
Real fast, just for shit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Who's what?
Who's your top 10 wide receiver?
Okay, so in order, right now, like I said, I'm gonna give it to him right now. Devontae Adams 1. Okay. For me, it's a toss-up with Chase and Jefferson for 2. Okay. And then whoever's not 2, the other one's 3. Then Tyreek Hill. Then Diggs. Then I'd have Brown, then Cup. McLaurin, Lamb, and Debo. Yeah, I like this list. I do like this list. I would swap a few guys in or out, but I like the list.
This is good. This is awesome. I have a thought in my head, and I'm gonna say it on here. We have this list here, and we said that Devontae Adams after this year may not be number 1 on the list due to the circumstances in Las Vegas. But I'm gonna say that Garrett Wilson enters the discussion this year.
Okay, and I'll see your Garrett Wilson, and I'll raise you. My man Waddle will also.
I was thinking Waddle too. I was thinking Waddle too. Absolutely. Obviously Tyreek is Tyreek, but obviously Waddle has been able to up his game. As well with the addition of Tyreek. That's definitely a raised ball. I would definitely look at you like, damn man, why you gotta get into my bed? Like, let me just move clean. You know what I'm saying? But I understand it.
Hill's a workout warrior, and Waddle been with him just going hard. So I just think Waddle gonna come out going crazy. And if they can keep Tua healthy and Tua just find these guys, they're gonna have we could see another. It can look they're not the same type of receivers, but we could be looking at another like Wayne and Harrison duo in terms of numbers put up.
Offensive guys. Be careful.
Shitty shout outs.
The wide receivers are coming. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to everybody that made this possible tonight. And every given night here on the STWF media page on YouTube, as we come on every night, and give the viewers what they want to need, man. Some great football therapy on this nice Monday. And shout out to you guys, for coming along for this hell of a ride. I'm in the backseat with you guys. So, shout out to you.
Hey, you ready? You led the whole show today, bro. You was reading everything. You had me just chiming in. You had Coach running the controls as usual. I was just here to make fun of people in the chat.
Voice. We want to hear Coach's voice. You know what I'm saying? The season's coming up, and like you said, Coach has a great sports mind, football mind is the best. And during the course of this football season, you're gonna hear a lot of things that you don't hear on whatever you're watching. So tune in.
Appreciate it, brother. Shout out to y'all. Y'all did your damn thing as always, man. Everybody that hung out with us tonight, we appreciate the unwavering support. Shout out to Chris, Kawan, Bernard, Jake, Anthony, Marie, and Kyrie. If I forgot anybody, I strongly apologize.
Kyrie was in it. I didn't even see him sliding.
Yeah, he was in there watching.
Oh, shit, my man, Kyrie. All right, partner. What up, Kyrie? Up in here. Chat MVP of the chat was Anthony Price tonight. Close race with Jake, but
he was dialed in.
Yeah, I gotta stop.
No, Jake's not eligible. Jake's not eligible.
His head too big.
Tonight. He's not eligible for the MVP tonight. One, because he used Jacob one night, and that automatically
cheating ass. Yeah,
and
he didn't do it tonight because I called him up for cheating that time.
And two, he's part of the brand, so you can't win to cover the trophy. Unfortunately, so it's in the rule book. So you got to read the rule book.
He said it's in the rule. He said it's in the rule book as he wrote that shit down. Like it's in the rule book. I just put it in there. But yeah, man, shout out to you fellas, man. Shout out to the brand. Like, share, subscribe. You can find us on all your platforms. Basically, we on iTunes, we on Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, Insta. We everywhere, man. We everywhere. We everywhere. You ain't never there. You should be there.
Tomorrow night, 7:30 sharp.
Chop.
Yo, chop up tomorrow. Bring your onion. Don't cry. We here. And we're gonna be a little bit on the wealth side. So stay tuned. Enjoy.
Absolutely. Y'all have a good night. Appreciate y'all. Peace.
Find this podcast and others on STWF TV, the podcasting network, wherever you get podcasts.